Good evening, good evening, good evening. It is Monday night. It's pissing it down with rain, and it's the Plastic Crack Podcast, Season 6, Episode 28. Well, at least it's pissing down here. I don't know about where. Gee, Steve looks like it's lovely and beautiful weather up there.
I had to close my curtains before it was so sunny. It was literally. It's been raining all day. At about 3:30, it became a gloriously warm and sunny day.
Gloriously and warm.
I don't know about you, Ken, but here it just started being lovely.
Yeah.
And then just as you thought it was lovely, it would then monsoon. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's been on and off, so it's not been when it's been nice, it was nice and hot, and then it was pissing down with rain, so it's not been the nicest of days, but there you go. It's the first day of September. What more can you ask for?
Officially autumn, mate. Anyway, as you notice, those observant will know, Ken's here tonight, so welcome back, buddy. Good to see you.
Yeah, welcome back.
Just as he comes out, Martin goes away. So
I swear to God, it hasn't been the four of us in ages.
There hasn't.
And if it's 1 week, look, every time I come on, there's only three of us. Every time, it's so weird. Martin's away this week. It's his anniversary, isn't it?
It's his anniversary. He said over the weekend he was talking about whatever we were going to do this week, and I said to him, "It's your anniversary. Are you sure you're going to come on Monday night?" And then he rang me today. He said,
"Nah."
I thought about it, and I thought probably I shouldn't. I said, "Yeah, I don't think you should. You really shouldn't."
Might
it's
be
his 13th wedding anniversary. Apparently, I said it'll be your 13th and last, buddy.
Yeah.
So anyway, so no Martin, but we got upgrade with Ken. So there you go. All good.
Hey.
Yeah. Fabulous. So thank you everyone for joining us tonight. I really appreciate it, as usual. Steve is up there with his glasses on. How you doing, buddy? You all right?
Yeah, it stops the headache.
Oh, wow.
What?
I've not seen them yet. That's class.
I actually wear them because I started getting headaches when I was painting.
Okay. And it's helping, is it?
Oh, straight away. As soon as I started using them, no headaches afterwards.
Oh, that's
it just felt like eye strain.
Yeah.
And so, these were dirt cheap. They were 15 quid, and they're absolutely brilliant. I can't paint without. In fact, odd topic for the channel tonight. I can't hobby without these.
There you go.
That is the topic for tonight. He also does a mean sideline in forging banknotes.
I know.
Awesome. Let's have a look who's in the chat tonight and see what the weather's doing in different parts of the world, because it's so we've got Pat's here. He's saying still doing Napoleonic Austrians, breezy and damp in southeast London. A real British summer. It's not summer anymore, Pat. It's autumn. Yeah, that's what it is now. Paul says hello from Mercia, where a cloying dampness hangs heavy, slipping in the woods and knackering my back again for nout for me. So nout for me tonight. Oh, the unbridled joy. Oh, keep it light, buddy. Keep it light. Nick's here. Don's here. He says it's a beautiful holiday afternoon here. Unfortunately, he's stuck at work.
That's always a good one.
Poor old Don. Hippo Hobbies here. Hello, mate. David Baker, Lionheart, Steve Harbour. Hello, mate. John Sowerby's here. After a glorious 10 days in cool, crisp air of, where's that? Kodak. It's back to the fettle sweatiness of Miami. Working on some Chernobyl-themed terrain tonight. Well, it sounds like if it's fetid, it's probably quite good to do that. We've got, who else we've got? Trevor's here. Good evening, mate. Serious Gaming. Hello there. 999999 Payden. Bitsy's here. Hello. Red Steph. Good evening, Steph. How you doing, buddy? Mobile and hostile. That's the one. Oi oi. It's built into a weird evening with thunder, rain, and sunshine. Night troopers on the desk seems relatively normal by comparison. That's pretty much what it's been like here. Thunder and lightning, and then beautiful sunshine. I haven't got any night troopers.
No, I wanted to say Savaloy as soon as you said oi oi.
Oi oi Savaloy.
Yeah, I really want to.
You old thug, you.
Yeah.
Phil's here. Mike Schubert, hello, mate. East Norfolk's, good evening, buddy. Neil's here. Jason. Jason says, after a couple of months of painting British Napoleonics, I've moved back to the War of the Roses, currently assembling Perry Foot Knights. Great figures. Yeah, they are. The blessed Perrys, they know what they're doing. Nick Games, hello, mate. Alid's here. Good evening, Alid. How you doing? Evening and off on another month, so going to start painting loads of epic ACW for CrackCon 6 to add to a shelf full that I already have. Oh, blimey. Dermot's here. He says, good evening from Moist Derry. Good man. Good man. Who else we got? David Benton. Hello, buddy. Calvin's here. Oh, here we go. Calvin says, long time listener, first time caller from a hot North Idaho. Painting some 1898 miniatures, French Foreign Legion for the men who would be kings. Good for you,
Very
bud.
cool.
Very nice indeed. That's a period I haven't done, 1898. All French Foreign Legion. But I've done men who would be king. Andrew's here. Hello. Daniel. Hello, buddy. Valley Boy, New Zealand. He says, morning, Medbury miniature medievals. That's a tongue twister. Are being painted after being printed here in the Bay of Plenty in New Zealand. Very nice. Tactical exercise with toys. Real Steve's here. It's okay. Hobby Brush, good evening, buddy. Rich John, hello. Carsten is here. Good evening to you. Woot is here. Hello, mate. Lynn, hello, buddy. Joseph, oh, it's going to jump down. No, it's holding up. Andy is here. Barnes, friends of General Hay. Good evening, Andy. Jack's here. Hello, mate. How you doing, buddy? Did you get your package? Hopefully you did. Morgan says, evening, first live show I've seen. Been looking forward to this. Well,
hey, good stuff.
There'll be a big letdown. I apologize right now. But anyway. At least when you're watching on the replay, you can fast forward bits, can't you?
Yeah.
Mutton Chops. There's a great name. Mutton Chops. I love that. Old school FRP. Neil's here. Hello, mate. Morton Stick is here. Oh, crikey. I think I've done everybody. I'm looking for repeats here. Sorry if I'm missing you. Big Small Worlds is here. David, it is officially, it's whatever it is, the meteorology people say it is officially 1st of September is the first day of autumn. I know it isn't actually, but that's what they say. So there you go. Lazy Pirate Painting, hello, mate. Ed James is here just in time, he says. Yeah, don't worry. There's nothing to rush for. Pickled Blowfish. What a great name that is.
That is pretty
That
cool.
is superb.
Dwarven mustache hobbying as well.
Yeah, mustache. He's got a good channel as well. You've got to look out for some of his. He does some good
cool
stuff. War Bases. Good evening. Is that Glenn or who is it? I wonder. Basement's here. Hello, buddy. Who else we got? Steve Harbour, Benjamin, and I think I've done Mondano. Hello, mate. I think we're Fish Frenzy is here as well. That sounds like one of the games you'd play, mate.
It does.
It seems to be a very food orientated night.
Very much so. And talk about that, Ewok Kebab is here.
There we
go. Oh, it's Glenn. Hello, Glenn. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah. There's no double dip. I'm upset.
No double dip yet. No double dip yet. We can't start without double dip, can we?
No.
Anyway, so after a week out last week, because it was a bank holiday, we are back with a vengeance. So tonight we thought this was a suggestion that Stu sent in for a topic. Which reminds me, if anyone's ever got a suggestion for some rubbish that we can talk about one evening, then send us an email suggestion or put it in the chat or whatever. We're always grateful for some ideas because otherwise we'll do a paint along or something, won't we? So tonight we thought, well, the idea was that it was around when you sit down to do your hobbying, what you absolutely must have. What's the first thing you grab for? And if you don't have it, you don't feel like you can do what you're going to do for that night. And it's not, according to Ken Riley, baby oil. I'm just saying that right now. So, Double Dip is here. There we go. It's all good.
Hey, you missed me. Oh,
there we go.
I'm happy.
Sorry, buddy. Right. Thank you once again for everyone watching tonight live. Also, thanks for everyone watching on the catch up. Really appreciate that. And also those who listen on Spotify. All the links are down below to all our channels. Well, if we all had channels, Ken, just saying.
Yeah, mine's still there. It's still up.
Is it still there?
Yeah, it's in archive mode.
Fair enough. So, what have you been up to, Ken? What have you been flogging lately? Anything exciting?
Have I been flogging it? Yeah, loads of stuff out of my loft, but apart from that, have I flogged any hobby stuff?
Have you done any hobbying?
I bought a wargaming mat. Does that count?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I've even convinced Laura that it's important to our marriage to actually help me wargame, so she might actually start playing the odd wargame with me of Blood Red Skies. So there we go. So that's going to hopefully take off in the near future. Wish me luck. Yeah, do you like that? Take off. Yeah, didn't even have to think, did I? But no. Hobby-wise, what's the last thing I did? Last thing I've done really is to try and sort out these shells for these printers because it's becoming a bit of a pain in the arse. I'm not going to lie. But I finally got a laser leveler so I can get a nice and level. So yeah, I should be able to finish that. All this shit is out of the way because I've just had new broadband installed. The fiber to the home stuff. So I've literally just had it move. It's a trap. Yeah, I know it's a trap. It does open up to me having to do things as well. So there we go. I have to sit there and watch EastEnders.
Oh dear. Is that what the give and take? She'll play Blood Red Skies and you have to watch EastEnders. Yeah,
sadly. I reckon it's going to be me more watching EastEnders than it will be Blood Red Skies, but there we go. But no, hobby-wise, not a huge amount. Met up with James, oh my God, Wilkinson in London. My brain just absolutely went then. And he's donated me. I was like, because previously I donated him some Romans of Martin's. And he's donated me some Windy Boat Game ships, if I can find them. Yeah. They are yes. So he's the Master and Commander box that I got rid of ages ago. I now have back with a spare rule book, and he also gave me some merchant vessels as well. So I'm quite excited to do those this time and not put them together before I actually paint them. So yeah, to be honest with you, I just want to get this room sorted out so I can just get on with doing some hobbying really. I'm about 80% of the way there. I reckon a couple more weeks and I'll be done. So yeah, that's me. Sorry, excuse me. Having a child, you can understand, it's very tiring. Apologies.
Oh dear. Yeah. Well, good on you, mate. It's good. And if Laura will play with you, in terms of gaming, then that's the better as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. Well, like I say, I've got this. I've got it here. This Deep Cut Studio, beautiful little mat, which is picked up for a bargain of 20 quid. It says it's
for a Deep Cut mat. That is an absolute stonker, that Ken.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there you wow.
Yeah, so the guy says it's a 4x4, but the more and more I'm looking at it, and the more and more I'm thinking about it, it looks like a 6x4.
That looks 6x4.
That looks 6x4 to me.
That's what I was thinking. So I'm not going to lie. If I've picked up a 6x4 mat for 20 quid, I'm laughing, really. Well. And it's the small scale, which I might possibly at the end of the week. So I've got enough. I have got plenty to play with, actually. I might do a small little battle. So yes, I might treat myself.
Ooh.
There we go. So yes, that's me.
There's a lot of feeling about watching EastEnders. Lionheart said, I'd rather play by myself than watch EastEnders. I'm with you. Absolutely, really. Lynn says, my mother started watching British shows, and I catch a minute or two when I go to visit. no way I could get any hobbying done with that on the background on. I'd be brain dead too. Yeah. Well, I have to say I have. Well, I've been married. Well, as of tomorrow, I will be married 30 years. So I have perfected the ability to switch the ear off. So to the missus and also to the crap on the telly. So yeah.
So, can I just say I'd rather play with a landmine than watch EastEnders.
That's taking it a bit extreme. Do you know what? I'm going to open this mail up now because it's going to freaking annoy me if it's not. I'm going to have a look. I'm going to find out just for science. So yeah, so carry on. I'll do it for science and
you give us an update as you find out. Will you? Good.
I will.
What have you been up to, Steve? Anything exciting?
Yes.
I can see you've done some exciting things and lots of weirdness has been happening.
Today marks 4 weeks of painting nothing but old school 40k.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I've painted for 4 weeks. And do you know what? It's been a long time since I've been this happy hobbying. It's not felt like a chore or laborious, or I've not painted for an hour and then gone and found something different to do. No, I've just. Yep. What size is that, Ken?
It's a 4x4.
It is 4x4. Yeah,
it is
actually, it looked bigger.
It did look bigger.
It did look a lot bigger.
Still, for £20, I'm not going to moan.
No.
I'm definitely not going to moan.
Oh shit!
Oh, you all right? Drop something.
I just dropped something on the floor as usual.
Like I said, the past 4 weeks, it's been a combination of foraging through bits boxes, looking through eBay, and painting, and I've absolutely loved it. So this is what I've done over the past 2 weeks. So 2 weeks ago, I was working on this on the stream, and I finished it the next day. So that's my Space Marine Commander from 1999 that was originally released.
Nice.
So I picked that up off eBay. And it's metal as well, and it was such a joy to paint, and it's just everything about it was just enjoyable. Then that week I started working on so another eBay purchase, which was a space. It is absolutely, some of these are absolute classics, Andrew, and it's the nostalgia is powering me through all this painting. So a couple of days later, I sat down and I painted a Tech Marine. Again, another classic.
Blimey.
That
Inspector Gadget gone a bit weird.
It's just cool, and it makes a difference. But rather than painting blue, painting it red. Took me ages to work out what, because the left arm's plastic. The rest of the model's metal, but the left arm's plastic. It took me ages to decide what weapon to use, but I went with the yellow chainsaw. And then I came up against the one that I was dreading the most, the medic or the apothecary, because I don't like painting white, and it's a white figure. I literally spent all day painting this, and there we go. That's my apothecary. I only meant to sit down for an hour and sort of get the white down and work on some other bits and pieces. But I just, as soon as I started, I just worked on it, and
that white is really good.
It started off as grey, and then I just built up the different layers of white.
Yeah,
and then I put a really, really thin blue wash.
Wow.
Mostly just all over the white, and then built it back up again, and then went in with a darker sort of blue black for more of the recesses. But again, thank you. So then it got weird. I was saying to Edward before on the Facebook group, James, if I hadn't rebased all of my 40k stuff on 32mm bases last year, I would have done them Goblin Green on the old 25mm bases. But I've spent too long on those bases to go and redo them, so I'm not going to. And then last week I fulfilled a hobby bucket list item, which is these.
What the? Isn't that sexual torture of some sort?
No, that's 40k Alien World Cactus.
Wow.
If you go back into copies of White Dwarf back in the day, so sort of 93 onwards, these were a staple, and loads of channels that I've been watching recently to do with old 40k. Everyone's built these, and I'm so chuffed with them. It's just polystyrene balls, kebab skewers, and some grit. But yeah, absolute bucket list of I've wanted these on my tabletop for years. Yeah. I'll be using them as terrain. If it's all the same with you.
Yeah, really I would do, mate. I wouldn't use them any other way if I was you.
No, not really my vibe. And then another eBay purchase. Now I first bought this miniature 29 years ago. June 1996 from Games Workshop Chester. And I've painted it again almost 30 years later. And it's Abaddon the Despoiler. I have never painted that amount of metallics on one figure in one go. It was an absolute session and a half. And I earned myself some beer that night. Again, it's just a classic miniature. I didn't pay all that much for this. And what I liked about it, it's never been painted. When it arrived, it had been, yes, the big man himself. Let the galaxy burn. It had all been pinned, but it had never been painted. Not a single, not even stripped. It was just the miniature by itself.
Wow.
Well, cheers, Matt. Wow. So then, more eBay purchases.
Oh my goodness, you've gone completely into it, haven't you?
Some classic Space Marines. I think these are from 2002.
They're plastic.
They're plastic. Yeah, they're Black Legion.
Yeah.
I think I might have one of those somewhere, but it's not painted like that. And I don't know why I've got it, but I have.
I actually, when I bought these were just plastic. They've been glued together, so I did a bit of a tidy up. But I don't buy painted miniatures off eBay because it hurts my soul seeing the condition of some of them. So I just buy unpainted where possible. But I managed to get 10 of them for a really good price.
Nice.
And that's my chaos project so far. So Abaddon and his mates all ready to unleash a new Black Crusade. At the moment, I'm working on a aspiring champion of Nurgle, which I found in a bits box. A Chaos Space Marine icon bearer. And then I've been on eBay all day trying to find a few other bits and pieces. But I am absolutely just enjoying this so much. It's not just. I guess the other week I've got to the point where I'm a bit burnt out on.
The galaxy.
It'd be very apt. No, I found myself being a bit burnt out on historicals, and I wasn't enjoying painting anything. And then
no shame.
You could sort of tell because you were flip-flopping so much around. So now you've actually landed on this and you've stuck at it. It shows that's what you needed.
It's just brilliant. I'm enjoying myself so much. I mean, half of it is the trying to find bits and pieces off eBay.
The hunt
and not get ripped off or buy crap, which is the done thing. But no, I'm actually I've got my Chaos Army planned out, and then once that's done, I'm going to be starting playing 40k second edition again because my Marines are all done. Just got the second. But I've even started looking at second hand and third hand Eldar and Orc stuff as well. So it's just taken over, and I'm actually reading old White Dwarfs as well. All the articles from 30, 25 years ago. It's just it's hard to explain. It's just no one that you get into a project that just totally just infuses you. I've just loved it. I've just loved painting old miniatures, miniatures I've painted before, metal miniatures as well. It's been an absolute blast, and I'm going to be doing this for the foreseeable. Although I will be picking up.
Not worth it.
I will be picking up a copy of Void Fighters by Casey Garsky, which is the guy that did Space Weirdos and Sword Weirdos. He's done a spaceship game now, and it's published by Osprey. And there's no paintings. I'm going to use all my old X-wing ships to play that. So Yeah,
Oh, nice.
very much a sci-fi theme moving forward. Like I say, just really, really enjoy what I'm doing. It's just so much fun and so many happy memories being restored.
Yeah, good for you. Yeah, it's Hobby Brush says proper hobby joy.
It is, thank you. It is. It's hard. Honestly, it's hard to explain. It's just I had a couple of days off and I was painting at sort of 8:30, 8:45 in the morning because I was that eager to start painting. I just wanted to start painting.
Oh wow!
Blimey.
I haven't done that. I've not done that for years. To get out that early and paint.
It's been ages since I've done anything like that. But it's It's a second childhood. I mean, I started playing. I was 15 when I started playing 40k second edition in '93. So
Nice.
it's almost over 30 years ago. So yeah, massively enjoying it. So Dom, have you been painting any Chaos Space Marines?
Let me just although Don's just challenged me, he said nobody needs to believe you had one of the Space Marines. I have, and I will find it and I'll stick it in the Facebook page. And it's a Union Blue as well.
Well, you painted it as well.
I think I did, from what I remember. Wow. If it's the one I remember, it was either that or the ones that looked like space. I think is it Chaos something knights that had double axes and things like that.
Oh, there was
one or the other
that
were painted. So yeah. So
what is that cool bit of terrain behind you? You tease.
What's that?
What's that amazing piece of terrain behind you?
Church.
That is nice.
It's a lot, isn't it? Yeah, that's. Well, you obviously haven't watched my last video, mate.
No, I haven't, mate. I'm not going to lie. I hadn't even had time to piss, let alone watch videos.
Yeah.
It looks really cool, man.
Really cool. It is absolutely superb. It's actually a Normandy church from Parabellum. It's fantastic.
Oh, wow.
3D printed.
Wow. Happy days.
So, no, it wasn't a nightmare. Well, it probably was a nightmare, Steph. It probably was. Anyway, I also have to commend Lazy Pirate because my wife says she can switch off when I'm watching you lot on the TV. I mean, doff my hat to Mrs. Pirate.
Yeah,
touche. Anyway, right. What have I been up to? I mean, I've done a fair bit because it's 2 weeks, so I haven't shown off everything, but because some of it was in the video, but I did, and some of these I'll just whack through. So we talked about a couple of weeks ago those weaves of war. Cloth,
yes,
that Martin said looked like
Sylvanian families,
Sylvanian friends.
I watched Don. I watched your video about that.
Yeah.
Would you say that the hardest part is getting the bit at the neck connected?
Yes. It was a pain in the arse, mate. It was absolutely ball ache. Not actually, to be fair, it wasn't always, and that's what I couldn't work out. Sometimes it went on absolute because it has 2 tabs for those who didn't see. There's 2 tabs that run down the side, and the idea is you stick it to the back of the sort of, I guess, the sort of high back of the figure, and then wrap them round and stick them together like that across the chest. But I mean, you saw in the video, didn't you? I mean, how much bloody glue I stuck on those things. And the first one just would not stick, and the second one did, like instantly. So I just can't work that one out. But
I would have been tempted with I know it says don't use super glue. I would have been tempted with a cocktail stick and the slightest like dab of super glue gel.
Yeah,
I think that might have worked, but no, I think that the actual results they look really, really good.
They come out all right, and I mean, my problem is that basically work out almost £1 a figure.
Yes,
which is a lot of money. So on your character figures or something like that, I can see that'd be worth it. I did see they put a video up today where they'd actually varnished it, which I wasn't brave enough to do, which actually dulls it down a bit more and makes it look a little. Because one of the things people said, and I think I see what they're saying, is it looks so different material-wise that it almost stands out, which gives you the Sylvanian look. But actually, if you varnish them, it might dull them down a bit more. So I might try that, and also a bit of Agrax or something, just to sort of dirty them up a bit. So I'll have a play with that as well. But yeah, they're okay, and unless you're an absolute lunatic and you can do tartan, they're a great way to avoid doing that. So yeah, they work.
Like you said though, I mean, I think for skirmish games it'd be good, but if you were doing an entire army and you add an extra pound onto each figure.
Well, you think you've got, if you do that and then you buy Little Big Men shield transfers as well, suddenly your figures are going from being £1 whatever a figure for, those gripping beast ones are less than £1 a figure. And then you put almost £1 on for the shield transfer and another. So suddenly it's big, you might as well go and buy a very expensive figure. So I don't know. I think it's a novel. It's a nice thing for characters and role playing, and maybe for skirmish games. But I'm not sure I'll be doing. What I might do is actually try my own, see if I can work out a way to do it myself. Because see what happens with a bit of washes and whatnot. It might work.
If you bought some material quite similar, and then used one of the ones you'd bought as a template.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Exactly what I'm thinking. It's finding the right kind of material, I think, that's got... because obviously, for people, the check is going to be quite big.
Yes.
So it's finding something suitable. So I don't know. I might have a play. Or on the other hand, I might just be talking about it for a long time.
Railways, Dom.
Say again?
Model railways, tartan. I know it sounds stupid, but the seats, I found some stuff in... what is it? Like dolls' houses and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that sort of stuff, because they do stuff at that scale with tartan and stuff. Because I was looking for the seats on the trains. Yeah, so like back in the day in the 60s, you used to have like tartan colours.
Yeah,
so that might be worth having a look at, like the doll's house stuff. Because like curtains and stuff like that. So it's definitely
worth it.
So it's definitely worth having. It's pretty cheap as well. It's like £1 for a sheet that's like big. Yeah. So yeah, could work.
That's a good suggestion, mate. Yeah, because I've before now I've got wallpapery things to put on inside buildings from railway things. That's quite cheap, and as you say, it's scaled right, and that's what you need.
Yes.
So I'll have a look for that. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, good idea. That's just going to expand my my Google search history into train now. Good.
Yeah.
From all the other dodgy stuff. James says he says he'll wait until tartan paint comes out. Yeah. So other things I got up to. I did some nights for the Italian War.
Oh,
so
nice.
These are Perry War of the Roses figures, but the latter period of the book of the box allows you to play Italian Wars early ones. So and I added loads of plumes and then lots of color, but they're basically just barded heavy cavalry or knights.
Nice. So
that was quite fun to do. And because I don't do samurai, Steve,
those banners are ace.
So this I wanted to do samurai army for so long, and when the book came out, the new Warlord book, I thought, right, I'm gonna start. And so I bought all these box sets of these Fireforge figures, and they're really nice. And they go together pretty well, for a fat-fingered old fool like me, it's a good thing. Apart from sticking those banners on the back is a bit of a ball ache. But anyway, that's by the by. And then these must have been half painted for 3-4 months at least. Every time I picked them up and started on that, I just it just didn't go for me. So much so, I actually sent most of the figures out to get commission painted. In fact, Jack in the chat has been painting a load of these figures for me, and they're coming out beautifully. And then I thought the other night, bugger it, I'm going to finish that unit off. If there's one thing I'm going to do is get that bloody unit finished. That, and I did. And actually, it wasn't as bad as I thought, and they were quite well advanced in the end. So, but yeah, then the transfers on the backs and whatnots and the helmets. So yeah, I was just pleased to get it done. Frankly, I feel that I've actually contributed something to my own Japanese army, which will be fun. So I might even have another go at some others. But there you go. And then I had a play with some terrain. So I also, as well as that bloody big church behind me, I got some other terrain features from Parabellum 3D printed. So there's this
nice.
sort of watchtower, which I picked up, which I'm not sure how I use it, but it was relatively cheap, and I thought for skirmish games and whatnot, that could be quite useful. So yeah, it's all right actually.
Good idea, mate.
Very nice.
And then some other sort of general terrain features like there you go, a chicken thingy.
That's cool.
Chicken thingy.
Yeah.
The only thing I think about this, I don't know what you guys think. So I've got that one, and I've got this pigsty.
You need some chickens and pigs to go in it.
Well, I do, but I was also thinking about, do you think I should put lots of mud in it?
Yeah.
They're a bit too clean.
Yeah.
The pig one, yeah, I'd slop some Vallejo thick
Vallejo mud. Yeah.
I think that's a good shout. Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. Funny, when I took the pictures of it today, I thought, you know what? It probably should have a load of mud in there, shouldn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Too clinical and too clean. Chicken
clean.
Get away. Don't know. Anyway, that's something to play with. So, and then there's also this. Well, they said it was a Viking horde, but I think it's more a Conan the Barbarian Viking horde. Don't you think?
Yeah.
It looks very Conan-esque, doesn't it?
It's definitely Conan-esque. So I'm not sure it's actually going to see my table. It might actually go on eBay. But it was quite fun to paint up. So it's got a lot of detail on it, and the lid comes off and everything. The roof comes off, so you can actually put figures in and whatnot. So
that's cool.
Oh, nice.
So it's kind of full. So yeah, so that was something different. And then I the other night I did finished off these Spanish sword and buckler men.
All right.
That I've had. So this was one of those projects that I was. You remember, Steve? We were talking about it some time ago about different wars that we.
Oh, was this the Portuguese Ethiopian one?
Yeah, Portuguese. And I bought a whole load of Foundry figures when they were doing one of their Christmas sales, which I was going to use for that, and then I just thought to myself, "You idiot! Don't do it." So I'm repurposing them to join my Italian Wars forces. Because they're basically the same period. I mean, they're a bit flamboyant and whatnot, but they're basically the same period. So I thought I'd do that. And they're just lovely figures. There's Wargames Foundry figures. There's so much character to them, and they paint up so well. But they are bloody expensive, so you do have to buy them when they're on the sales, or buy them secondhand or what have you. But although you can barely see them in the background, but I did a little quick video on this because I had one of those epiphanies. I was painting away, and then I did the flags, and then I thought, why do I do the flags the way I've always done them, which is just cut them out, stick them around the pole, and then touch up the edges?
Yeah.
Why don't I just do the touching up beforehand and just get a marker pen and go around the inside of both sides?
No, that's really.
Why have I never done that?
I've never thought of that.
No. Well,
that's a bloody smart idea.
I thought, no, I must have done through 30, 40 years of wargaming, I must have done hundreds, thousands of flags, and it never occurred to me until the other night doing them. And then I thought, maybe it's just me. So I sent Martin a note. I said, "Oh, Martin, how do you do your flags?" And he said, "Oh, I do it like this." And he did it exactly the same way. I thought, oh, maybe it's just me being an idiot. But then I thought, sorry, I'm going to put it. I did a quick video up on my channel, and it's amazing how many people went, "Do you know what? I've never done that.
I've never done it."
It's just the most bizarre thing. Just with a ink gel pen or something, some sort of pen that doesn't go through the paper, just round the inside, just saves a heck of a lot of time touching up in the end. And also you can get away with if there's multiple colors on the flag, just choose the dominant one and it shows through. It's just perfect. So yes, I did that. So it was amazing how many people went. I was actually quite pleased because I thought, oh, it's just me being a dimbat. And it wasn't helped by Martin saying, "Oh yeah, I do it this way." Like, oh, he's just too smart.
Cheers, mate.
Anyway, there you go. So that's what I've been up to. All good fun. So it's been a good couple of weeks actually of painting. Actually, I've enjoyed it. It's been a bit slower the next couple of weeks, I think. But oh dear. So there we go.
Lovely crotch for you. oh,
Lovely. Thanks for that one, Ken. Just lovely to see your crotch in our cameras.
Okay.
Right, so let's get on to tonight's topic. So as I said, this came about from Stu, whose suggestion was that I can't do any hobby as I've run out of ... So what's the thing? So I thought and I put it up as, I put up the post for the stream and got lots of comments in the Facebook page, which a reminder, if you're not a member of the Facebook page, why not? The link's down below. Join the community. But I put it in there, and some people took it funny and some people took it serious. And I kind of, in my head, I was thinking it was going to be just funny, but actually I think there were some really interesting points. So I think we can do it both ways. So, all right, let's start with Ken. Not that you do much hobbying these days, but when you do, if you're painting, if you're sitting down for a session of painting, what's the first thing that you make sure you have ready? Even if you didn't have it, you'd be thinking, Jesus, I can't do tonight.
It's not a physical thing, believe it or not. It's actually just a mental thing. It's peace and quiet.
Oh.
I need to be able to concentrate and not have disturbance. So just some peace and quiet, just being alone.
What, with a young baby in the house, you don't get any peace and quiet? Good grief.
It's funny that, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's really funny. You would expect to get loads, but yeah.
So you need to be able to go away and lock yourself away in your little cubby hole and paint
crack on,
there.
basically. Yeah, I need to be left alone. I can't be disturbed. It drives me nuts. I would rather just not do anything than keep having to be disturbed.
That's really cool.
So that's my first one. Absolutely. So it's just one of those things, really. I just like to zone out and not think about anything else, but while I'm doing that, so it's a major thing for me. I know other people probably like listening to music and listening to stuff. I don't mind like listening to like a hobby related say audiobook or something, but just zoned out from the outside world, basically.
That's cool. Yeah, because you're quite a podcasty listener, aren't you? You listen to a lot of audiobooks.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would convince that you'd be listening away merrily.
No, not always. No, I quite like the silence. It's quite nice.
And has that changed now you have got a family? Was it like that before? Was it
it's always been like that, to be fair. I've always quite liked peace and quiet. I'm one of these weird people that sits in a car in silence for like a 4-hour drive. Quite happily. Just listening to the road. So I know it's weird, isn't it? But it can do me either way. I can do either thing. I can either listen to a book or I can sit there in silence. I'm happy either way. Just not people.
There's no people. Well, Steve can handle that one as well. Not people, mate. That you don't like people. What about you, Steve? If you're sitting down for one of your mammoth painting sessions, what's the first thing you reach for? And if it isn't there, you can't do.
Order. I can't have a cluttered work surface. Everything's got to be completely. So I've got 2 cutting mats, a palette, pot of water, dig of paint, and that's it. That's all I've got on my desk and what I'm working on. Everything else is put away. I get my brushes out ready so I know what brushes I'm going to be using. All my paints are in order so I know where each paint is. So if a paint's out of order, I panic because I don't know where it's gone. So I've got to have complete organization before I even start. I can't just sit. I can't. If there's mess or crap everywhere, I don't enjoy it. It's got to be completely. It's like a sterile environment. I need to have it completely clean.
I know what you mean with that. I can definitely relate to that. That's why I've not done a lot of hobby, because as you can see around me, there's a load of mess, and I don't like it. I like it to be. That's where it should be. That's where that should be. Yeah, 100%. I totally get that. I do.
No, I just can't. And the idea of like finishing a session and then spending just ages putting stuff away and just crap. I don't like crap being everywhere. It's just got to be completely organized. so I know where everything is, and I'm not. I don't know. It's just. I've always been like that, and like I say, I know what time we were posting photographs of work areas on the Facebook group.
God, it was ages ago, wasn't it? I just remember that.
I know.
We did like
Some
workspaces.
some of them gave me PTSD. Honestly, I mean, I just couldn't work.
Yeah, I'm with Jack. My works area here is a complete and absolute mess, and it always is. And I think partly it's because, as I've said many times, I'm kind of a transient painter. I don't paint here very often. I'll paint on the living room table while the missus is watching crap on the telly, as we discussed earlier. So as a result, things are on trays, and paints are in boxes to be moved out, and figures are waiting in transition to go out to. So I kind of got used to the fact it's just a complete mess. I don't particularly like it. I'd rather have it a bit tidier and a bit neater, but I'm not a neat person anyway. So,
I'm not though, Dom. That's what's really weird. I'm not in the slightest. But when it comes to my hobby, I find that me tidying up to prepare to hobby is actually hobby for me. This sounds weird, doesn't it? For me, actually getting my hobby space ready is hobby.
No, for me, I like to just sit down, put some music on, and just start painting. I just don't like moving things around. I'll go over to the if I've got a few things that I need to build or put together, I'll get them. But no, that sounds. I need order. It sounds terrible, but I can't work where there's chaos or disorganization. I'm just it ruins the session for me. And I think that's why
you wouldn't know looking behind me with the mess that it still looks like it is. But I did have a real tidy up in here the other week, and I actually find that was really therapeutic. I could quite like moving things around and getting things in boxes in the right places and restacking them in the right areas. But for painting, because I have to paint wherever I'm allowed to.
Where you are.
I'll it's a mess. It really
and
is.
I have so when I start, and even when I finish, the last thing I do is I wash my brushes and brush soap. That's the end. That's the end of the session for me. So I can just turn my lights off, turn my laptop off, and I'm done. I'm not worrying about. I mean, this is how bad it is. I told you about the other week when I started painting again at 10:15 because I left a figure and I wasn't happy with how I'd painted a certain area of it.
Yes.
And so I couldn't settle. I just could not. I was like, oh. So I actually came back in here and painted for another hour because it was annoying me.
Well, I've certainly done that before now. Elaine's gone to bed and I thought, I'll paint for another hour, watching something decent on the telly for a change, put some crap from Netflix on or something, or just turn off everything and just paint. And I quite enjoy that. And then I'll be sitting there and I think, I just finished this unit. I'm almost done on this unit. And then before I know it's 1 o'clock in the morning and I've had 3 whiskeys and
a little bit too much.
And I should have gone to bed 2 hours before. Yeah. But, yeah. It's interesting.
That's the first thing I do. Is the first thing I need to have is I mean it's tidy anyway, but I need to make sure that it's tidy and clean and
yeah.
Nice.
Weird, it's not a physical thing. It's not an actual physical thing that we go to straight away. Before we start, it's a preparation thing.
It is.
I wonder where Paul was. I wonder why Paul was in our living room. That's really interesting. Yeah, no, I can relate that. I mean, I sort of, I guess in a way I sort of have that because I have to have the paints I'm going to need there. And because I have to bring them in, they have to be ready. And I can't start until I've got all that. But the one thing for me that I'll always first reach for and make sure is working all fine and everything else is the light.
Yes.
Decent light to see what the heck I'm doing.
There is no point of painting in shit light.
No. There's just no point.
You miss
and
so
getting
much.
it on the right setting. My light's got about 4 different settings, so I have to get it the right daylight setting that I just is the one I'm used to. And I've also noticed that with the light and also the table that I sit at most often paint, because I paint, as you know, quite a lot of figures. If I do it in a different area where the light isn't exactly in the same place and the seat might be a different height or just slightly distance away, it just doesn't feel right.
No.
Just doesn't feel right at all. So definitely the light is the crucial thing for me.
I've got mine set up. I've got a one with sort of a yellowish light here, but then I've got this one on an arm.
Right.
That's got 4 different settings. And I used to only paint using one lamp. When I started painting under 2, everything changed. It just much more comfortable having 2 light sources now.
I'm a bit scared.
2 light sources. Wow. Have you seen the U ones that go over there?
Yes, I've seen people make them themselves.
Yeah, the big arches. They do look pretty cool.
Are they any good? Because I suppose they're just LEDs like anything else. I mean, I got this one here, which I use quite a bit, which I quite like. You can position it in different places, but say I don't paint in it, so it's a bit of a waste. But for making models on because my old eyesight's getting worse and worse and worse, and I have got a set of things like Steve's got, but the trouble is every time I do what he's doing and lean forward, they fall off.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I cannot recommend these enough. It started for me start of the year. I noticed that whether it was half an hour or 3 hours, as soon as I stopped painting, I was getting headaches, like properly really sore, tension headaches.
Yeah.
And I noticed it was every time I painted. And so I looked up, people said, no, use magnifiers. No, they do work. So I didn't want to spend too much money on them in case it didn't work.
Yeah.
So like I said, I got these off Amazon for £15, and they come with 6 different magnification things. They've got a light on them as well. And I couldn't, that's why I can now paint a lot longer than I used to be able to, because I don't get sore eyes. I don't get headaches anymore. They're brilliant. The only problem is your depth perception goes away. So I'm always knocking things over.
I was going to say, when you go for a drink or something like that, that should be quite funny.
But I would definitely recommend anyone that's getting any kind of discomfort, tired eyes, sore heads. These, you may look like a massive, massive bell end while you're painting, but they do the job. They're absolutely just spot on. I cannot paint without these. It's hard to describe how much of a change they've made to my painting.
That's crazy. That's good though.
That's good. That's very good if it does the thing for you. But yeah, exactly. I think that's the one thing I would say to everybody watching who doesn't already do it. Decent light and decent magnification.
Oh, light's a massive thing, isn't it?
Light is
light is huge. It's just unreal. Not having a bright enough light is just insane. The amount of stuff you can miss, and it's pretty nuts. I would love to do.
He made these halo lights from strips of aluminium at LED with 4 different light settings from 12,000 to 24,000. Wow. That's pretty cool. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind one of those arches.
They do look really good actually.
Morgan said he had a power cut once. I just used my dad's head torch until the electricity came back.
That's dedication.
That is proper dedication. I love it. That's awesome. What about let's be a bit more frivolous, and I know what Steve's going to answer here, but beverage.
Yeah, I do.
When you sit down and there's you've got to have a beverage to hand. What's it going to be, Steve?
If it's my first painting in the morning, it's always a nice cup of coffee. Mm-hmm. After that, it's Vimto all the way.
Vimto all the way. Yeah, there was somebody in the comments on the Facebook page who said Vimto, so we'll get to those in a bit. That's brilliant. What about you, Ken? Anything for you?
Tea, actually, believe it or not. I don't normally drink a lot of tea, but when I paint, I do like a cup of tea. It's a weird one. But yeah, that's me. Oh, it's definitely a cup of tea for me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Benjamin says the unacceptable beverage is paint water.
Oh, yeah. What about you, though, Dom? What do you like?
So I kind of fluctuate a bit. I mean, I have to say I'm a bit boring. Just good old water. I drink a lot of
Always
water.
like that.
That's,
Loves water.
so I do like that, but I also do like a tea. And increasingly, again, I think I'm getting a bit hipster maybe in my old age, but green tea. I do like a green tea.
Oh, green tea's nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely for that. Now, if it's gaming, beer. Gotta have beer.
See, that's what.
Oh yeah, you love a beer when we game. 100%.
I don't. If I'm gaming, I never drink. It's just always. My mate comes around. We always just drink tea and coffee. No beer.
I don't know. There's something about it. I guess it's just because it's part of the relaxing process, and
yeah.
I just yeah. Well, I like Major Clanger's got a good idea. You should almost have themed drinks. So Eastern Front wargaming vodka.
Yeah. Or time of the year drink as well.
Yeah.
That could be an interesting one as well. That's not too bad a shout. Quite like that.
I'll go with that. Tea seems to be a definite favour of so many people. Joseph's black tea or water. Yeah.
I do. The thing is, I prefer coffee. I prefer a coffee over tea. But when it comes to wargaming, for some reason I drink tea. It's a bit of a weird one. I think it's maybe quicker because if I've got to use my coffee machine and do all the frothing and all that bull crap, it's
you noncy boy.
Yeah, I
know. Oh my lord! Listen to that, folks. How he has fallen. Doing lovely coffee. Do you make frothy noises while you're making it and all that?
Yeah, well, the machine does. It goes. I feel like a barista.
I suppose because mostly I paint in the evening. If I drank coffee beyond about 3 o'clock, I wouldn't sleep at all. So I generally moved on to tea by then. So that's why it'll be tea for me. But I do prefer coffee, I think, on the whole.
Yeah.
I don't know, really. Yeah, anyway.
I love a coffee.
What about apart from your glasses, Steve? What about other bits of equipment that are must-haves when you come to do your painting?
We mentioned before it came on. Glue. I need glue. Whether I'm going to use it or not is beside the point. If I know I'm running low on glue, I'm on Amazon straight away buying more glue. I need to have at least one unopened tube of glue, otherwise I don't feel comfortable. And it's a stupid thing. It's a really stupid thing. But I need to know that I'm not gonna. I know what would happen if I ran out of glue. Something would happen where I would 100% need to use super glue.
Yeah.
And I think years ago, I actually needed super glue so badly. I thought I can't even wait till tomorrow. I went to Morrison's at lunchtime. Oh God alive!
Actually went out. Jesus
I actually went out and mingled with students.
Humans.
Oh God! Honestly, I was like, I was.
Oh.
He was in and out. He was in and out.
Literally went in there for glue, and that was it. And honestly, it felt like what's that video game where the guys he's fighting zombies in the shopping mall? Is it Dead Rising?
Oh, Dead Rising, yeah.
Yeah, it honestly felt like that. There was just these hordes of idiots everywhere.
Such a good game.
And all I was on was a quest for a couple of tubes of Loctite super glue. But that's one thing.
Probably onto that as well, Steve. To be honest,
at least I was using mine for a better recreation purpose. But yeah, I need to have glue in stock before I can start painting.
Absolutely. That's
that is brilliant. What about you, Ken? Anything that's
I need to have
the
fresh
and things like that.
Well, I was going to say fresh paint water. I don't like having old paint water. I like to start the session.
Right, so when do you change your water? How often?
Every session, or when if I do a metallic, I'll go and change it then.
That makes sense.
I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll clean it, and probably when it becomes, I would say when it loses its translucence completely. Like, you can still see it when it's a little bit
Yeah.
thingy. I'd probably say after about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I like to change my water. Or I use the wickedly cool machine that my wife bought me, and I use that, and it gives
That's
me
the
fresh
one that
water.
Ken Riley had epileptic fits about.
Yeah, he wasn't down with that, was he?
Why? That's cool. I actually really like it. I think it's really useful. I don't know why you don't like that.
Yeah, no, not
You
the
just
same thing.
no, was it too awkward? Pain in the ass. It wasn't working properly. I gotta admit, you've got to be very finicky with it, but I've kind of got it down to a T now.
Well, okay. Old school says, oh, I almost lost it. Here you go. He changes water when the flavour is off. I'm not very good at changing the water. I do forget about it, and I'll suddenly go, "Oh my god, that water looks absolutely
really bad,"
and I'll change it then. But it's I have to. I didn't realise. Again, it's one of those things. In all the years I've been doing this hobby, and I didn't realise the whole metallic thing was a thing. And of course, it makes perfect sense. And so now I try and religiously, if I'm using metallic, I'll change the water almost immediately after that. But I didn't fall for that toy, but I did get one of those ones that I think also Ken Riley hated, which is like a circular tube pot, which has sort of silicon
Oh yes,
nipples at the bottom underneath, and you can rub your brush in them. And I use that all the time, and I love it. It's really good. Works really well. Cleans the brush, and then you can hang it on the side, dripping, before you lick it, obviously, because that's what you do with your brush. Lick it.
Oh, 100%.
Yes, it was the Portaloo, John. I think that's exactly what it was. Ken's got. I didn't even know you had that, mate. That's brilliant. Oh dear. Yeah, the water thing is interesting. I know that for me, the tool of choice that I have to have there. Do you know? I think the one that I always need to make sure I've got to hand is a fresh blade scalpel or something.
Oh, that's handy.
How many times you're about to paint and you realise there's a what's it line on one of the figures that you've missed, or a little bit of plastic that you've missed, you haven't removed, or a bit of metal between the legs that you haven't chopped out. Not yours, off the figure. So having a scalpel or something sharp to then sort of poke around I have to have one of those. If I can't do a painting session without something like that.
I dread putting a new blade in, because I know that within about 32 seconds there's going to be claret all over my desk.
That's true.
It's just one of those things.
That is the it's a bit like freshly painted troops on the table never win. If you put a new blade in your scalpel, you will cut yourself.
Last year I remember when I had hobby burnout last year, and I sat down to do that tiger tank. And I thought, I'm going to start from scratch. I'm going to put a new blade in my. At least within 5 minutes, I'd straight through my thumb, because I've got a horrible habit of using them to to clean.
Yeah, I'm similar. It's painful, isn't it?
And I slip, and then you thought, I'll just carry on, and the next thing you know, the sprue is just absolutely splattered, and it just looks horrific. So
Corn would be pleased.
Corn would be very pleased. Yes,
he would be very pleased. So, yeah, it does. I tell you what, you don't realise as well when you nick yourself with one of them blades how deep sometimes it goes.
Yeah, it can go very deep.
And you don't. And it's only when you stop, it's like, oh, actually, it's pissing. It's pissing.
Christmas Day, 1996. I ended up in A&E because I put a craft knife through my finger sideways. And I've got on my finger now, I've got it's an inverted tick scar on there.
Nice.
And yeah, Christmas Day, about 11 o'clock, I was sat in A&E,
lovely,
waiting to have and the guy saw me, said, "Don't know how you've done it, but you've missed everything."
That's so lucky.
So all they did was give me a couple of sutures and sent me home in time for my Christmas lunch.
Oh, that's lucky, man. I'll tell you what, my brother was a bit more of an idiot. He was how old was he at the time? 17, he's 17. He's obviously still at home. And he was going to wrap all his Christmas presents, yeah? Instead of using what normal people would use as a pair of scissors, yeah, to cut the wrapping paper, like a normal person, he decides to get a knife out of the drawer, okay? And this knife isn't just any knife. It's a really, proper sharp knife that my mum uses. And she's warned us hundreds of times not to touch it because literally it's like a samurai sword. If you touch it, it's going to cut you. Yeah. So he thinks it's funny to just be swinging it around like this. All right. And then he was like, oh, do you know what? It can't be that sharp. And he went straight in his leg. Boxing Day, Christmas Eve, when he was 17. Straight in his leg, went about that deep.
Nasty.
What an idiot. Well done, Kieran. There you go.
Benjamin says, every time I put a new blade in my knife, roll off the table 50% of the time and fail my foot. Yeah, I've done that. There's some scarily organised people out here. Look at this. I mean, we're up to 3 separate water pots, one for metallic, one for colour, and one distilled for the wet palette and
I might have to start doing that, Matt. That's a great idea.
I wouldn't mind 2 water pots. That's quite cool.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Wow. I mean, that's a level above for me. I don't believe Robin. He says he changes the water when it mostly evaporates in winter last month. I don't believe him, Robin. I've seen your painting. It's too good.
Yeah, it's too good. I'll tell you one thing I do. I'll tell you another thing. If I use any sort of oil-based paints for oil-based washes, then again, I've got separate brushes for that and separate. I would change the water and actually, like, not just change it, but I would clean out the pot with soap as well. I'll go to that extra length because I just don't want any of the residue left when I'm painting acrylics.
Okay, good.
I know, random, but it's just works.
No, fair enough. Yeah, you're right, Andy. Turns out knives are sharp. That seems to be the moral of the story.
Knives are very sharp.
Do you know,
I own a couple of replica samurai swords, and when the very first one I got, I'd cut myself within 5 minutes of getting out the box, and I thought, I wonder how sharp it is, and I ran my thumb down it. I went, that's very sharp, actually. And sliced my thumb open.
You're just a danger to yourself. No wonder you got so much glue. You can stick it all together. Anyway, I think we're heading into a whole different world of Casualty by the look of it. We talked about Eastenders before. Now we're into Casualty. Jeez.
Yeah, I know.
So we do a bit of news, and then we'll get back to some other bits that people have suggested that are must-haves in their hobby lives. Maybe we'll talk a bit of gaming stuff, what you need when you're going to do some gaming, because I think that's another topic. So stand by for the horrible music. Hang on. So what you got then, chaps? Any news? No.
Did you guess?
All right, that's it. That's news over. No, there are a couple of bits I found. I usually rely on Martin to find a couple of the weirdest stuff, so you'll have to go and find your own weird shit. Sorry about that. So to celebrate 20 years, Great Escape have got a new box set, A Fist of Clints.
Yeah, so that's really cool.
Yeah, I did see that. I saw it in your thing. I thought that is pretty cool.
It's quite funny. So there's your box set of all different Clint Eastwoods. Not Clint.
I wonder what different rules. They're not Clint. I wonder what not Clint Eastwood's separate rules are. That would be quite interesting, wouldn't it? There's got to be.
It would, wouldn't it? Yeah, I wonder what they're like. I love the what's at the bottom? 5 guns, 1 legend. Love it. So that's out very shortly. I think they've got some other plans for their 20-year anniversary. So that's all cool. Game I need to get back to doing a bit more O Group of, but there's a new O Group supplement out, War in the Desert, 41 to 43 from Mr. David Brown via Reiswitz Press and the Lardies. So I think it's only available for download now. I think they pretty much everything they do now is download, which is probably a good thing with the tricky bits of posting things at the moment. So that's available. I must get it, but I haven't played any O Group for so long. It's a good system. I do like it. Do you ever get any games of O Group, Steve?
No,
You
I
were
used
talking about
the I used all the both armies that I put together to play bolt action at 15 mil instead.
Fair enough. Don't blame you. So that's that. Also, our friends at Reconquer, their usual releases coming up for next month. So that is a thatched L-shaped building. Definitely very Dark Age. Looks amazing. Looks absolutely amazing. It'll take a bit of resin to print that one out. So unless you've got a filament printer, very good indeed. It also got some... I do like these late 14th century, early 15th century men-at-arms.
Oh, yeah, they're quite juicy, aren't they?
Seriously. I particularly like the guy on the left. You would not want to be coming up against him. Very nice.
Yeah. I'm liking how he's got such a mix of armor in there as well.
Yeah.
That's really like cool, especially the helmets. All the different styles, they're all represented, which is really nice to see, to be fair.
Wow, very nice, very nice. They are, and also I didn't realize that he actually. Well, I did realize, but I'd forgotten about it. But he does do some weird shit as well every
he
month.
does.
So there you go. Some ogres, double-headed ogres. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about them other than they're double-headed ogres. So,
it looks like a Tiger Bar promotional poster.
Jesus. Can you believe that that's next month?
No.
Now, I know. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Can't wait. But yeah, I can't believe it's next month. It's just insane.
Is round the corner. Actually, to that point, I was going to talk about it later, but might as well talk about it. So, obviously, every year for CrackCon, we do some dice and other things and merch and what have you. So we're looking. Martin's found somebody. Well, he's having a few problems with the dice, but we think we've got it sorted. And also a new company doing the T-shirts this year.
Oh yes.
So next week, hopefully, we'll be able to show what they look like and how we're going to go about ordering them. So I think the plan is to do the dice as usual, probably the mug and also T-shirts. So we'll let you know next week. Hopefully, I think Martin's even got an example of his of the T-shirts that he can wear. He did send me a very scary picture of him wearing it, which is I said definitely change the model. So maybe we can persuade Haley to wear it rather than him. That'd probably be better. So there you go. So that will be out next week. As Ken says, it's October time for CrackCon, so that's coming around very quickly.
It's pretty insane.
Other bits of bobs. Medbury. I do like the Medbury stuff. So they've also got a monthly release schedule, so you can buy these. If you're down in the Southern Hemisphere, you can get the metals, but also STLs for those of outside. So there's a whole load of dwarves for their fantasy range. And then the historicals, they're also in the 14th century. 14th century men-at-arms with spears and two-handed swords or two-handed weapons. So, yeah, very good. I do like Medbury's. They're really nice figures. Everything's medieval at the moment, isn't it?
Seems to be.
Certainly is.
Just extraordinary. It suddenly had such a
surge of it. Because there was a while ago, I would say, when I was looking to do my 100 Years War project back in the day, it wasn't a massive amount about. It was really Perry's, bit of Claymore. It's just, no, there really wasn't. But now it just gone mad. Literally, it's gone mad.
Yeah, it's amazing. And their quality is superb as well. So, and then finally, this one for you, Steve. I don't know where you saw this.
Oh,
so this is Black Rat Kindred Knight, apparently. That our friends at Badges and Barrows are working at the moment. So that should be seeing production fairly soon.
It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Always good to see new Oathsworn miniatures. Just an absolute, total, unremitting pleasure to paint.
Just beautiful, aren't they? Fantastic stuff. So that was all I had, although Double Dip did have something. So
yeah, Steve just put something as well about Blood Bowl. New Blood Bowl set by the end of the year. Tomb Kings versus Bretonians.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's been a while since Bretonians were in Blood Bowl, hasn't it?
Yeah, actually,
have they ever actually been? I mean, I'm God.
I can't think of Bretonians been in Blood Bowl. No,
I can't. It's always just been Human Team, which is the Empire.
Yeah, that's actually a first. To be fair, I think someone will probably come out and go, no, they have been, but yeah, as far as I'm aware, I think you're right, mate. I can't think of anything.
I can't think. It's always just been Human, and then they've obviously been the Reichland Raiders or something like that.
Yeah, and there's been the Noble Team as well, but that's about it. I've not seen any. I've definitely not seen any of them.
That's interesting. I absolutely love Blood Bowl. It's just such a good game to play. It really is.
Nice.
There you go, weird shit.
There you go, weird shit. Told you there'd be some.
Good stuff.
Ewok, it's a long story, mate.
It's a
very long story, and it involved an awful lot of alcohol, and more was consumed at the Tiger Bar to survive it. If I'm honest, that was Crackcon 1, wasn't it?
It was indeed.
Which was the one original. That will live on in infamy. That one.
Yeah, the Crackcon the original.
That's Crackcon. Ended up in the Tiger Bar. Anyway, so that's all the newsy stuff. So if anybody else saw anything else, please put it in the chat. And no, Andrew, I won't be adding any more. I've got ogres. I don't need any more ogres for my army. Sorry. Now my orcs got an outing, Ken, the other day.
Shut up.
The ones that the Oathmark. The ones that we had for Oathmark. Yeah.
Oh wow, where did you get to use them?
I used them at the club against Alec.
Very nice. Oh, nice.
Doing a bit of Dragon Rampant. And,
okay. Was that any good?
It's just like Lion Rampant with a bit of weirdness, really.
Yeah. Was there like magic involved?
I had a magician.
That sounds pretty cool.
Or a shaman, actually, he was, but it was fun. In fact, I used that figure that you gave me, you gave when we did the Christmas things for each other.
Yeah.
And you did the Orc drummers. He was part of my shaman unit. So there you go.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man. I'm glad you got to use them.
I was going to get rid of them as well. So
I know you got to use more fantasy than I have recently. So I've not had a chance, but yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice to get some games in. 100%.
Come down the club.
I know, mate. I know. I need to. I do need to. I definitely need to.
Right. I was just going to look at some comments, but it's disappeared off the thing. So let me go back to the other one. So some of the things around people must-haves. Don says, I'm with Steve. I always need my magnifying glasses. Steve was so high on that set he uses that I bought a set of them and I'm very happy with them. There you go.
Absolutely. Honestly, I cannot recommend these enough. And they're durable as well, which is another thing. I expect to use them to be utterly toss and then fall apart after like a week. But no, absolutely brilliant. I'm glad you got some use out of them, Don. I really am.
That's great. Yeah, I do think that makes a big difference. I did for a while. I had one of those ones that you could get where it was sort of like a big magnifying glass with a light behind it.
Oh, yes.
I used that for a while, and then the light went on it, and I couldn't find a new replacement one to go in with, and I got rid of it. And I realised actually with normal glasses, I can see well enough. But I think I
might start wearing my glasses when I paint. I think that might be a bit of a game changer.
See, I can't. I wear my glasses for barely an hour a day. I wear glasses, but it's only for sort of far away. So if I'm working or I'm painting, I never wear. I'm always losing them as well.
See, mine's for reading, and seeing text clearly. So it will definitely help. I think I should 100%. I think read them, get them.
To be fair, it was ruining the hobby for me, knowing that I wanted to paint, but I knew that an hour later
I'd have a headache.
I'd have a headache, and it was really making me miserable. And yeah, just absolute total one of the my best hobby purchase of this year.
Oh, that's a bit of a statement.
Well, it is.
100%.
It saved the
Nice.
hobby for me.
That's a good statement.
Actually, John's just said if you're US based, some of the Wargames Atlantic releases will be a bit delayed as the molds are stuck at customs.
Oh, that's a surprise.
I think that whole situation, we won't get into that because it gets very political very quickly, but that has had a lot of impact in the hobbying, but hopefully it's starting to sort itself out a bit at the moment.
Yes, hopefully.
Benjamin has a good one. Here you go. A chair. Good
Oh,
chair.
God, yes.
When painting. What's your go-to, Steve? What have you got?
I got a nice leather office chair because I work here as well, so I spend 9 to 5 between 9 and 5 here working, and then I'm here painting as well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I've got to have a nice comfy decent chair because again, as someone that suffers from a bad back, it's miserable. You don't want to be putting your back out while painting.
Yeah, no, you certainly don't. Totally agree with you.
I can see the one you've got, Ken. Is that the one that you put the same one as my one?
No, I've got a different one since then. I've had a different one. It's full level one. To be fair, I do want a different one. This one's kind of had its use of what it was. I want to get a really nice one. Really, really nice, like one of them big executive chairs. That you get in a posh office. So yeah.
You golfing executive types like you.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Is it executive type or James Bond supervillain?
Oh, I don't know. James Bond supervillain one would be quite good, wouldn't it?
That's a winner, isn't it? That is a winner.
That would be quite good.
I must admit, I had to change mine fairly recently because it did actually break. But I'm a bit like you, Steve. I sit for work at the same one.
Yeah.
There's my work computer. There's my play computer. So I do need to sit in it an awful lot. So when it does start to creak or wear out, I change it.
Mm-hmm.
Because as I say, you don't want to do your back. But the last one I had, which I loved, it was really, really cool. It wasn't that expensive, but which is probably why it bust after a couple of years. But it did actually snap. I was thinking, oh, geez.
That's what happened to mine. That's exactly what happened to mine. Snap.
Yeah.
Was it the back panel that went on yours?
No, it was down at the base. So actually,
where
the join is to the bit that goes up and down. That was so yeah. And this one's creaking rather alarmingly, but it's quite comfortable. So I'm quite happy.
It's WD-40. You'll be fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. But yeah, you do need a decent chair that's at the right height to lead on. So what have we got? James says he's got an office chair from work, fully adjustable, mesh back, highly recommended, not expensive as some. Yeah, that's what this one is. This one, it's mesh backed. It's not as comfy as the one I had before, but it's probably better for your back because you don't want to be sitting. Lazy Barrett. My go-to for painting is the sofa. I can only paint lying on my side now, as after a back injury. Ooh. Are you a Roman or something, Lazy Pirate? Do you have your dinner laying on a couch as well? That's what I want to know.
I can't even begin. That must just. I mean, I know people have got their own different ways of painting, but that I've never heard of anyone.
I don't think I could do that.
So unique.
I mean, I get it. If you've got a back problem and
absolutely,
that's all you can do, then it's better than nothing for painting. You get used to anything at the end of the day, don't you? Eventually, but
exactly.
No, I couldn't do that. Joseph, he uses a folding chair with good cushion. It fits well.
Right
okay.
Enough.
I mean, each their own. I mean, yeah. Dwarven mustaches like me. It's got dinner room chairs. They need to be replaced because I sit at the dinner table doing mine. So that's where my painting actually happens mostly. The rest of the time is sitting here at this one. So there you go. It's not me. It's not my knees, Robert. Well, it might be. It might be my knees that's creaking. I don't know. Yeah, so that's the thing. What about when you're doing some gaming and stuff? What's the sort of thing you must have? I know for Martin, it's going to be dice tray. That he must
Oh
have.
yeah. Oh God, he hates not having a dice tray.
He's so. Oh, he's terrible.
It's got to be in the dice tray, otherwise it
Got to
don't
be in the
count.
dice tray. Doesn't count otherwise.
It doesn't count. Yeah.
Oh, hang on a minute. We've got to go back to this. Saga of Histories. I paint while standing. Wow.
Nah.
Is that like have you got like a standing desk?
Nah. Just nah.
Don't you find that really off-putting? And there's a guy who I work with, and I get on calls with very regularly on Zoom, and he's got a standing desk, but he's also got a treadmill underneath it. So when you're on a Zoom call, he's walking.
What?
I don't know why. I find it quite off-putting to see someone who's walking when you're on a Zoom. Okay.
Yeah, that is a bit strange.
I used to manage a guy, and he sat at the far end of our bank of desks, and he had a standing desk for when he needed it. And one time the mechanism got jammed, and I just looked up, and all I could see for like an hour was the top of his head.
Oh dear. So what about you, Ken? Is there anything like Martin would do his dice tray? What's the thing for you gaming wise that you've apart from the obvious dice and ruler and that sort of thing? What about tape measures? Does it have to be a tape measure?
No, it doesn't have to be a measuring stick. If I remember the bloody thing, to be fair. You know what I'm like for that. That's a really good question, Dom. I've got to have good. I was
playing with a chap at the club last Friday, Ian, playing some GDA, and got my tape measures out, and he uses one of those like a draftsman's ruler that folds out. Okay. And I've seen people use measuring sticks, and I've seen people using just normal foot rulers and things like that. I've never seen anyone use that. That was kind of
a first.
Yeah,
I don't know if I've got to. Yeah, I've got to have like a gaming mat. I have to play on some sort of mat. I can't just play on like a plain surface. I have to have some sort of like either a mat or just something to make it feel more like a game than tabletop. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't have no terrain. That would drive me insane. I'd rather not play it.
Well, Steve wants to use see-through buildings. That's what he wants to use.
Oh, I don't have the words. Do not have the words.
What about you, Steve? Is there anything gaming when you come to a night of gaming, and apart from your cup of tea and your dice tray and your dice and your rulers, or anything particular that has to be there?
Yeah, 2 tape measures. 2.
2.
2.
Is that a backup for you, just in case one snaps?
No, it's just both people should have a tape measure.
I see.
So I always provide 2. If we're playing Space Weirdos, we don't use tape measures. We use measuring sticks that I made from coffee stirrers because they are integral to the game. But again, just the usual dice tray, uncluttered playing area. So don't leave books in the hay field. Them's fighting words from Andy there.
The best scale.
But you know what? One thing that it's not really a need, but it always goes through me is drinks on the playing area.
Yes, I remember you saying this once before. You get very angry with that.
I don't. Yeah, well, I will. No, just do not put drinks anywhere on that. That's a play. You wouldn't walk up and put a kind of skull on a snooker table, would you? I don't know why I said skull. It was the first thing that popped into my head. And sometimes I'm watching Battle Report and there's cans of Coke on the table. I'm like, all it takes is one arm, and it does. But no, for me, it's the usual. It's just dice tray, dice tokens, 2 tape measures, 2 sets of measuring sticks. Yeah, that's just the basics that I need.
I feel like Steph's heading into his social life here somehow, because he's saying one where the inches are slightly bigger.
Yeah.
I don't want to know, Steph. I'm just going to say. Don't want to know. Benjamin says he once played against a guy who wanted to use the dice app on his phone.
Oh no!
Oh
And he's insisted
God,
on
no.
No, That's
sir.
wrong on every level. Just wrong,
No,
wrong,
sir.
wrong.
Oh, can we get? We need to get Ken Riley's view on that.
Spherical
Dice
dice.
app.
I don't. What would you prefer, spherical dice or dice app?
I honestly think if you were played against Ken and you took out your dice app, I honestly think he'd drop kick your phone out of the nearest window, followed by you probably.
Yeah,
I was so upset that year when he didn't come to CrackCon when he was planning to put on a game, and I'd found a round dice in the
mate.
somewhere. And I was just going to walk in and just roll it down the length of the table, but he was sick and didn't come. He probably because he heard there was going to be a round dice rolling down his table. But there you go. Yeah. Nick Game says before a game, a gentleman's G&T, and after that the gloves are off.
Indeed.
Nick, I salute your how sophisticated your gaming must be. I'll stick to the beer. I'm much better at that. For me, multiple sets of dice, obviously, because if Martin's round, I've got to have multiple sets of dice because I need to swap them out just to piss him off. But also, I like swapping dice out. There's some dice when they run out, so you have to recharge them and get some different ones out. That's the way it is. Yeah. James says I found myself being drawn to measuring sticks the more I use them, especially if there's not something long range. Yeah. I mean, there are different rule systems where measuring sticks were definitely a thing, but they do seem to have fallen out of favor. But I've noticed, well, if anything to go with the club again, more and more people are starting to use them occasionally now. Much more
measuring sticks.
Yeah. I think it was the sort of DBA and 7th edition, that sort of thing, that used to promote them a lot. Now it's sort of they died or death, and now I think they've come back again. I don't know why. Maybe it's just a different. A lot of people down the club play Meg and things like that, so there's probably where it comes from. Let's have a look at some of the comments that people put on the Facebook page. So Hobby Brush said light was essential. God, I think we talked about that one already. He said he really struggles without his second son. Steve Harbour was with you. Steve said, I can't do without Vimto.
Yay!
What gets in the way? Just the distraction on new possible projects. Once I get going, I'm absolutely fine. There we go. Simon has a good one. MDF bases. Mainly because I like to make things difficult myself, basing them before I paint. That's controversial. What about you guys? I mean, so I find I'm in the same boat there. Not basing before I paint, but I need to have everything together. So I need to have the bases, the sealed transfers if I'm going to do them. I have to have the flags if I'm going to use them. And if I don't have all the bits, even if I know it's going to be several days down the line before I use them all, I need to have them there so it can almost just seems right to start going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I'm not too fussed about that, but I understand where you're coming from, where that could be rather annoying, 100%. I don't mind. Actually, do you know what? Tell a lie. Now I'm not too bothered, but before I was, because 100% I had to have the flags to finish off a French unit before I started painting them. Because if I didn't have the flag, I'd get really pissed off. Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah,
when I was doing those Vikings last year, I refused to start painting them until the Little Big Man Studio decals had turned up.
Yeah.
I even though I wasn't using them exactly that day, same with bases though. I need the 40k stuff I'm doing now. I'm just constantly buying packets of 32mm bases because they're there, and there's having a project stop because you need to get bases now.
It's frustrating, isn't it?
It is.
We're in the motor. Do you know something else that I've realised? That if you run out of, if you can't hobby, patience. You need. If you're really pissed off and in a bad mood, you're not going to want to paint because it's just any little thing's going to annoy you if you do something wrong and you're just going to go, nah, screw this, I'll do something else. I don't know what you guys feel about that. Do you ever paint when you're annoyed, or if you've had a row, or
I have to.
you know what
I
I
have
mean?
to stop. Remember, like, I was talking about making that tiger tank. That was the one where those tracks drove me to such levels of anger that I only usually reserve for every.
Yeah, Christ.
I literally I got the model and I shoved it in the box and I walked into the kitchen and I shoved it into the bin.
Was that the
I said,
Warlord one?
Yeah, I said, sod
Yeah,
it. I'm not
Talieri
bothered now.
kits. Yeah, the tracks. Oh man.
So
Yeah.
3 hours later, a cup of coffee, I'd calmed down. And I got it out. I went back to the bin all sheepishly and just went like that. Came back and then worked it the next day when the. I mean, the hobby shouldn't make you angry. None of it should ever make you angry. So I felt quite ashamed of myself that I'd allowed a piece of plastic to
You're only human.
essentially send me postal. But it doesn't happen all the time, and it's usually reserved for plastic tank kits that annoy me.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Those Talieri tank tracks are just probably one of the most frustrating things I've ever put together.
I know.
They're just so painful. It's just unreal. It's like, especially the first one you ever do. God, it's just you're like, am I doing this right? And you realise actually you've gone the whole thing. You put the tracks on backwards the whole way around. And you're like,
Oh, well, you're speaking to the converted here around modelling. But I mean, Jesus, I get angry just trying to put a bloody material cloak around a bloody figure. Let alone making a model. I like Andy's one here. He says, quite important to have the next 47 years worth of unpainted miniatures maturing in the garage before starting on the first ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree with that one. And if you haven't got at least 20 years worth of figures, what are you doing? There's something very wrong. Mike said in the on the Facebook, he said, stop everything. I can't do the hobby as I've run out of the will to live, primarily as I've tried to paint the old Wargames factory Samurai Cavalry for the 4th time this week in a row. Yeah. I mean,
may I suggest trying to put together Wargames factory skeletons with separate feet?
Yeah, do you know what? I was thinking exactly the same things there with the ankle joints.
Just to this day, I will never, ever understand who gave the go-ahead for separate feet.
A sadistic bastard. That's who did it.
Luckily, someone helped me, and they gave me a technique. After I'd done, I put together 5 and wanted to just destroy everything. They just said no, do it this way, so I make them, and I followed it, and they were quite easy after that. But those first sort of 5 or 6, oh no,
pain, lots of pain,
ridiculous.
I think Stephen's with you, Steve. He says space. My table keeps gathering clutter. Yeah, space is one of those things definitely to have for your hobby. I can see that. And also, I've just lost it. Where's it gone? Excuse me, just bear with her a second. Flock was a suggestion from somebody.
Yes.
Oh, Matt.
Yeah, that's quite important.
I'm always running out of flock, or more precisely, the flock I used on the project that I'm trying to match. Yeah. That's frustrating as hell, isn't it? When you think you've got enough of, it could be the Vallejo mud or whatever it is. That's one thing I'd fall foul of all the time, because, as I do most of my painting in the actual house rather than in this building. So when I'm doing it, I'll tend to use what I happen to have gathered, and then I'll forget what it was that I used as a basing, and then I'll bring them back to the collection,
right.
and I go, oh bugger, I've used a completely different basing setup.
It's the wrong one.
Drives me insane. I do that so often.
It happened to me one time. With that Vallejo mud.
Yeah.
I was slightly deceived by the level, and there was about 99% less in it than I thought there was. I was having to base a bunch of models, and I started doing it. I was like, it was literally all it was the dregs, but I thought it was completely, like a good size one. So now I always have periodically I'll just buy some Vallejo mud and just leave it there so I know
Just
I've
leave it
got
on the
some.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get
Yeah.
that.
Absolutely. I think we agree with Bitty. He says Wargames Factory should be brought back from the grave, mutilated and burned for how badly they are arranged and most of their other ranges. Yeah, we're all with you on that one. Yeah. Shall we say they're of their time? How about that?
I've just seen
go with
Morgan's
that.
comment as well.
Yeah. This is a good one for you, Ken. Attempt applying rigging to the frigate for the Black Seas was not long ago. Safe to say the language used was not family friendly.
Yeah, I'm 100% agree. I am actually quite looking forward to doing the rigging. Sounds sadistic, doesn't it? Sounds so sadistic. It's unreal.
I've always said that rigging was the closest I've ever got to like morphing into Basil Fawlty. I was literally stood up screaming at my desk because it was just horrific.
I mean this in the nicest possible way, Steve, but sometimes I just wish I had a camera on you to see these sort of outbursts that you get through, because
just those moments,
just priceless.
That was one, and I did two in one day, and
I actually didn't find them too bad because I did a real cheat version. I can't remember what I did now, but I just sort of ran it round and doubled it round, and actually it wasn't any. I did not follow the proper way of doing it because I looked at it and went, no, just no,
just no,
no,
just no.
Just a stupid idea. So I did a really simple version and helped along with some super glue to hold it in place, and they're okay. Okay. Not going to win any awards, but they're okay. And they're rigged, so that's the main thing. I love this from old school. I started a project, a 9F, GF9 grass. Then discovered it was discontinued and drove all over town, ordered from several online stores to build and keep it. Yeah. It's that is a pain when what you're looking to buy or you're using just runs out. It's just not good. What else do we get? Somebody else put another comment here which I was going to pick up on. Yeah, lots of comments about space and tea and coffee. And we did flock, didn't we? Somebody talked about that. Lynn says miniatures and motivation to hobby. Well, that's kind of essential. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll take that one. Lots of comments around magnifying glasses and various light setups. Definitely a win for that. Benjamin ran out of rubble today. Just generally. I'm sure Ken can help with a hole he can fill it from or something.
Yeah.
John says, the first thing I have ready, a good podcast. Secondly is probably a beer. Fair enough. And old schools like you, Ken, privacy. Can't paint if someone's asking for one thing.
Yeah, it drives me nuts.
Needs peace and quiet. I think so. A lot of people do like documentaries and podcasts. I must admit, I do. It's a Lionheart's like that. Need something in the background like podcast documentaries, YouTube hobbying videos, or music. I don't find music very helpful, but for some reason that doesn't work for me. But I do like just YouTube videos and historical films and that sort of thing. But I don't like audibles because I find myself blanking out and miss sections of the book.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I'm so busy concentrating on whatever I'm doing. It's sort of background noise almost. So then I miss a couple of bits of the book and I have to then try and find... And rewinding bloody audibles is a nightmare.
I get that.
So that's the one for me. I don't like.
No, for me, it's music. I have to listen to music when I'm... In fact, when I paint during a podcast is probably the only time I don't listen to music when I paint. Normally what I'll do is I'll just put... YouTube Music on, and then they've got like a mix function, and it just plays, random songs.
random stuff. Yeah.
So I can just do that for hours.
That's good. That's interesting. Mondo, opticians use my old frames to give me a slightly different prescription for painting than the one I use on my screen work. So he's got painting glasses. I like that.
Oh, wow.
I did use my reading ones, but yeah, that's a good idea.
That's quite cool.
Mobile and Hostel says, when I was young, the only thing I couldn't do without was the next model or bunch of figures. Years down the line, the list of things I need is becoming bigger than what I actually paint. I think you're prevaricating is your problem there, mate. I'm not going to lie. An old school said, apparently I need PCP on. Last week I pulled out the figures, put them away, and went out and filled the potholes on my drive.
Yeah.
So he obviously needs the stream to be able to get him going. Ah, dear. YouTube histories are great, but they are painfully expensive. They do. Every time I watch a YouTube video on some sort of historical documentary, it inspires me to start a new project. So I try not to watch too many of those. It's really dangerous. Really, really dangerous. Quite like watching sport. So, but something sporting. It's like, and I'm into, as you probably know, I'm into rugby and I like American football as well. So, I'll put those on and I'll paint. And that's again, it's something I can do that's just on and I don't have to concentrate on entirely. You can sort of look up and watch when something really interesting happens, and then
you can tell when something interesting happens as well.
Yeah,
the commentator's voice starts to get a bit excited.
Yeah, and that kind of is nice. And there's Andrew says, I actually find it easier to stay on task if there's other people also working on painting, to the point where I've started a weekly painting night amongst my local gaming group.
That's quite a clever idea.
I used to do that years ago. My mate Andy, I'm talking a good over 25 years ago, he'd bring all his paints over and we'd just sit in my room painting. And for me, it was a weird experience painting around like other people. But he said he found it was really productive because he could talk about the hobby and paint at the same time. And he said it was just really, really, motivational.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I get that. I think you get distracted as well, don't you? You get carried away because you're talking to your friends, and it's a nice thing.
But I suppose it's a bit like this, sitting there for a couple of hours talking shit while you're sort of doing something else, really, isn't it? I think so. I can see why that would be appealing. I think if people come around to do painting, I'd say, come on, let's just play a game instead.
Yeah.
But that's just me. There's oh gosh, where did it go? Oh, Jason said, I like listening to YouTube history documentaries, but it drives me nuts to have to turn around to skip the adverts every few minutes. Yeah, they've got a bit stupid, haven't they? The adverts on YouTube really got silly. So yeah, I can understand that.
I got
always at that moment when you're doing some really detailed work as well, isn't it? And you've got to then stop.
I just pay for premium now.
I do.
It got to a point where the adverts were just ruining everything for me. So
yeah, it's very bad. What else we got here? John says, someone please tell me they have the good ship Venus on in the background while painting the Windy Boat game, while working on the Windy Boat game. That would be good. I think I used to have a friend of mine who used to love putting on, if we were playing a Napoleonic game, he'd have to put the 1812 Overture on and stuff like that in the background, which was quite amusing, but also got very silly.
We always used to play when we played X-Wing, we'd always put the original trilogy music on, the soundtrack to it. It's even weird now sometimes, but if I'm painting 40k, I will listen to 40k inspired ambient music.
Yes, Gothic,
or the Dawn of War soundtracks.
Oh, yeah. Dawn of War soundtrack's really good. Yeah, I like that. I do like that. I'm trying to think really for me. what I really like, I am weird. I do like listening. If I'm painting 40k, or sorry, 30k, I should say, I do like listening to the audiobooks. So it's I don't know why. It has to be about the faction that I'm painting as well. Just kind of keeps me interested.
I tell you what, I did listen to the other week when I was painting a lot of 40k stuff. Is there's a channel, Film Deg Miniatures, and they do a lot of interviews with like ex-classic Games Workshop studio staff.
Yeah.
Andy Chambers and Jervis Johnson, AD Wood. Absolutely fascinating, and I listened to about 3 hours worth of interviews one night, just them talking about the history of the company, and it was really good. Really enjoyed it.
Nice. Those kind of things are very interesting. I think that sort of something around the hobby, but it's sort of a documentary, which is
Yes.
I think they're really interesting. Love that sort of thing. How people got into the hobby. That's why I love some of the guests we get on. Well, I do love all the guests we get on, but the ones that are explaining how they got into the hobby, particularly.
We know what you meant, mate. We know what you meant.
Well, lots of people seem to do paint and chats, which paint along with their pals and whatnot. Alid says our Friday night paint and chat. We started in lockdown.
Hey, that's really good.
That's cool. And Daniel says I have a weekly paint night via Zoom with friends. We paint and chat for 2 hours each Wednesday evening.
That's really cool.
I like that. Yeah, I really like that. All right. Crikey, we are heading towards the tail end of this madness. Let's do some pictures from Facebook page. Remember, if you haven't already done so and you're not a member, why not join the Facebook page? It's always fun. Get down there, answer the 3 questions, which is just there to stop spammers and people trying to sell stuff and 3D prints and whatnot. So to keep our little haven safe, where we can just talk about toy soldiers and stupid things that we do with our figures, because that's what we love. So,
sorry, Dom, just another thing. Again, I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. If you post something and it doesn't appear, give one of us a shout.
Yeah.
To be in the spam box.
Facebook has gone a bit mad recently on flagging up a lot of posts as spam. And it sucks. I mean, if you're trying to, show people some really nice painted miniatures, and Facebook decide to block it, just message one of us, give us a shout. We tend to check throughout the day anyway, but if it's still stuck, it hasn't appeared, give us a bell. Yeah,
it's generally something Facebook's done, not what we've done. Yeah. So just poke us, and we'll try and release it, so to speak. So reminder, we just try and feature a few bits and bobs that people have shown off of the amazing projects and also games and things that people are working on. Just love to see the sheer variety on the in the community. So I'm going to start with these. These are some 15mm elephant tanks tin.
Oh, nice!
Oh, love that.
Nice camo on them, innit?
Yeah,
and
really nice.
They're based.
And they're based, exactly, mate.
I shouldn't comment on the basing.
You should be. Yeah, really nice. Very nice indeed. Paul's been working through the 0200 box set. All the
lovely.
Oh, cool.
Oh, fantastic.
The doggies. They're fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, very nice indeed. Morgan has been embracing his Zulus. So he's been working through his Zulu project.
Ooh.
And how many Zulus are there?
Thousands of them.
And he's obviously got Martin's wiggly base disease as well. Look at
that. Big red bat base, isn't he?
Big red bat. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah,
indeed.
That man owes mine a lot of money.
I think he does. I think Martin should have sent over an affiliate link on that one.
Yeah.
Don was showing off all his latest Brandywine figures. This is for the game he's putting on at Adepticon.
Cool. Which we're going to see.
Which we're going to see and hopefully play as well.
Yeah, that will be cool.
So that's all the epics. Very nice. Good job, mate. I know you said he was a bit burnt out after working through these figures, so he's going to have a bit of a break and do something different for a bit. Jason, these are his 29th Worcester Regiment Napoleonics. and they are mighty fine. I do like them.
Well done. 36-man unit as well.
Yeah, it is very good. Yeah. I like these from Ross. He's been working through his Dead Man's Hand forces. So this is I forget it's a particular family he's made. So this is the his gang that are a family. So you got a couple of the ladies there with their shotguns. Well, one's got a very big revolver and one's got a shotgun. Very nice.
It's like a blunderbuss.
It does actually. It's bloody enormous.
It's pretty huge, isn't it?
Yeah, love it. What else we got? Paul. This is his Men Will Be Kings project. These are Egyptian troops from the colonial period that he's been working on, which is great. It's a period you don't see fought very often. So
no.
Yeah, really nice. Talking about something you don't see very often in the community, but I think Martin started to get into this, but I don't think he's ever actually played it. Is it called the Chicago Way or whatever it is? The
Great Escape,
Great Escape version.
Yeah. So this is Darren's group of figures that he's built, and I think he kit bashed most of these.
Yeah,
from
they are built using Wargames Atlantic Partisans with the I think he used the BEF British Infantry box.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, really nicely done. I've never played that. I see it on the shows and whatnot, and I've seen it on their website. But I've never actually played it. I don't know. It's never come. I don't know. Just weird. But I love those figures, and I love what he did with them. Talking about lovely figures, these are Mark's. So these are Bruce's period. So they're antediluvian figures, which are just awesome. Really beautifully sculpted figures. So it's Scottish pikemen.
Oh, very nice.
Some of the finest. They're a bit like claymores. Claymores and antediluvian.
I thought they might have been claymores, but no, they're really nice.
I think they might be done. Someone's going to shout me down here, but I think they might be done by the same sculptor. Certainly, they have a very similar look and a very high quality. What else we got? Oh, here we go. These are Rob has done some very big 6mm battalions. So each of those is a battalion. So 72-man battalions for his 6mm. I thought the whole idea of going down to 6mm was to do lots of battalions, but he's gone the other way and he's making very big battalions of 6mm. So there you go.
Didn't he say they were 3D printed as well?
Yeah, I think they were. Well done, that man. Very nice. And I love these from Phil.
Look at those.
They are something else.
That's a very serious looking Roman right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks very pissed off. I'm not going to lie.
Definitely does. And talking about 50 figures that are 3D printed and shrunk down. So these are Nick's Sumerian forces that I think he said they were 28mm STLs and he's reduced them down to 15.
Right. Nice.
Again, that's sort of biblical, early, sort of, I guess, Bronze Agey type period. Is not one you see fought very often. But that's nice. Very nice.
That is nice. Really do like that.
And this was a game that Duncan put on, I think with his son. I think he said it's epic, using epic figures, but he was using the Valor and Fortitude rules.
Right,
which is great. Which again is a rule set is free and does seem to have got quite a good, fairly small, I would say, but very positive following out there. So I still haven't had a go with them. I must have a try. I've seen a few videos, but they do look quite good. And then finally, David's Boxer game, because
I thought you'd have appreciated that, Dom.
That's a cool bit of terrain, isn't it? That's a cool bit of terrain.
Yeah, it's
That's a
something
really
else,
cool bit
isn't
of
it?
terrain. Yeah, that is nice.
That's what
Very
that's what you strive for, isn't it? That's what you.
It is.
That's the goal. That's the aim.
Yeah.
Really cool.
There you go. So there you go. As I say, it wasn't everything's up there by any means because there is so much good stuff on there. So go and check it out when you get a chance. But just trying to show a bit of variety. And that is it. I think we are at time, gentlemen. Please. Thank you everybody for joining us tonight. Thank you to these two for joining me. Otherwise, I would be talking amongst myself again as usual. Thanks to Martin for not coming tonight. And we're going to be on his channel next week, I think.
It's I think it's me next week.
Oh, it's you next week. Sorry, it's you next week.
I think it is. Yeah. I think we had a bit of a discussion. I think I'm doing 2 this month.
One of us is one of those.
Keep an eye out for the link.
Yeah, we'll be somewhere anyway.
We'll be somewhere next week, same time, well, not same place because it won't be on my channel, but you know what I mean. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thanks for everyone watching the catch up. Thanks for everyone listening on Spotify. Thanks for everyone for joining us tonight, and we will see you all again next week. Thanks for Ken for joining us, of course.
See you later.
See you, everybody.
Have a good week, everyone. Bye.
Bye.